Yo, what is up everyone? This is OJ over here from PlayerEssence and welcome to another Ask OJ segment where you guys ask me your burning desires and questions in the video game industry. And literally from almost every single one of you, you guys always want me to talk about this whole Eurogamer rumor. And remember, it is a rumor that the Nintendo NX will be this type of weird tablet with breakable controllers. Hook it up to your TV as if it was a home console, put it in a docking station, then be able to take that and take it on the go, potentially have a local multiplayer with two breakable controllers that somehow operate the same with like a D-pad and buttons on one side and on the other side an analog stick like you would get on a dual analog. Whatever the case is that Eurogamer said this thing is, everyone wants me to talk about this, so on this Ask OJ segment, I'm going to tackle it, and why I feel, just personally, my own opinion, that the logistics of this thing compared to what Nintendo's talked about in the past does not line up. Now, you guys have seen my videos, and if you haven't, please check them out on my channel, about me comparing what Nintendo has said compared to this actual device, and how those two don't really link up. But now I wanted to get into something a little bit more, which is the money side, the logistics side, the manpower side, just the financial sense. Now, I'm no business major. I'm a kinesiology and communications dude. But still, I know a thing or two, especially about greedy-ass businesses like Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo that are trying to extract as much money as they can out of you. And the thing about Nintendo that I've always seen is that, yes, they provide exceptional video game quality. Yes, they provide systems that are usually very durable. But one thing that I do know with them is that they're always trying to maximize profits no matter what. And if you look at what they did last generation with the Wii U and Nintendo 3DS, and even dating all the way back to when the Game Boy was first announced back in the late 80s, and with the NES, Nintendo has always had multiple revenue streams in their dedicated services. That's something that all companies, not just Nintendo, that all companies in tech like to do. They don't want to just have one product that's getting revenue, because that doesn't have multiple revenue streams. That's not good for overall business if you're a multi-million, multi-billion dollar company. You want to provide multiple ways for your consumers to play whatever they're trying to play, whatever you are offering. And that's why many businesses, including Microsoft and Sony, are looking to increase SKU counts, are looking to increase products, are looking to put new products out there that offer things to people so they can have multiple streams of revenue. You saw with Sony how they're doing with the PS4 Neo and the PS4. They're saying, hey, these two are different but the same thing. But they want to get that extra revenue stream because the PS Vita is not bringing in what they'd like. They would love for the PS4 to continue selling gangbusters and this new PS4 Neo to sell like crazy as well. You see Microsoft going to have 3 SKUs that pretty much all do the same thing with different advancements in each one, from the original Xbox to the Xbox One S and then the Xbox Scorpio. Multiple revenue streams in addition to their tablets, smartphones, and PC business. Now, Nintendo being just like these companies trying to have multiple revenue streams and try to bring in as much business as they can, to me it doesn't make sense with their past as far as what they've done to all of a sudden say, you know what? We're going to give up actually having those 2 revenue streams in order to combine it into one, which a hybrid is definitely possible. But as the only device that you'll be able to buy, that's literally forfeiting hundreds of dollars in the hope, quotations, hope, that you sell a ton of these to make up the difference. Nintendo has always had multiple devices. They've always had like the portable, they've always had the console, multiple streams. Now you're trying to tell me that there's not going to be anything else, there's going to be one thing, and they're going to have it be cheaper than expected if you believe the piggyback report from MCV that says this is going to be cheaper than anyone expected, even though no one expected it to be a price because Nintendo hasn't said necessarily anything on it as far as knowing what the price could be and knowing what's inside the system. So it doesn't make sense to me that Nintendo is going to sit here and put out this super cheap device onto the market and hope, with all the competition, with smartphones, tablets, with consoles, with everything, hope that people buy this cheap device. How much of these things would they have to sell to turn the type of profits that Tatsumi Kimishima wants? They're going to have to sell an astronomical amount of these things. And if you look at the device that Eurogamer said is going to be the Nintendo NX, this device is not going to get all third-party support. So therefore, less revenue, less royalties for Nintendo. Yes, you can produce a ton of Nintendo games. Yes, you can sell a lot of Nintendo games, but Nintendo did that with the 3DS and Nintendo did that with the Wii U as far as selling games. And did that turn massive profits for them? No, it turned okay to bad profits for them because of the failure of the Wii U, but they still sold tons of software on the Nintendo 3DS, yet that still wasn't enough. So we go from that to even something that's potentially cheaper or the same price, one device, like let's say it's $199, let's say it's that, and then all of a sudden they're expecting to have massive profits. To me, it doesn't make sense business-wise to only offer that one product. To me, it just doesn't. I just don't see Nintendo doing that. Now, everyone is already saying that this is true with that, and that is true with this because Eurogamer reported with their sources. But to me, I want to wait and see what Nintendo has to offer. I just kind of wanted to bring a different angle, a different perspective to this whole thing, because it seems to me kind of crazy that you would go from selling one product that was $350/$299 at launch. So let's just say $300. So you have a $300 product on one side, and then you have a $200 product on the other side. So you're looking at $500 plus that you want to get from consumers. You go from that to potentially having a one product, and you're only trying to sell that product for what? Under $250, right? If it's cheaper than everyone expected. If you believe that piggyback article that MCV wrote, that many people who believe the Eurogamer article are believing that one as well because of what Eurogamer said this device is. So you go from making $500 plus in one generation to saying, I only want to make about $199 or less. And let's just hope gazillions of people buy this thing. Is it possible? Yes, it's possible. Does it seem possible for a greedy company like Microsoft, Sony, or Nintendo to do? No, to me, it just doesn't make sense. And that's why I say like the money and the logistics just don't add up. But that is my take on the matter. That's what I think, just coming from my background a little bit in business and seeing what other companies do and just looking at some of the past, looking at these companies and looking at what they're trying to do with multiple revenue streams and the type of money they want to bring in on per console sales, which Nintendo wants to be profitable, but only having one device, I don't know. So that's my take on the matter. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Also, make sure you hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And check us out on Facebook and Twitter. I'll have links to those in the description below as well. Please follow us on Twitter because I always post some interesting stuff on there and you'll know when I'm going to be doing videos. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and we will see you for the next video. Peace.